My name is Kadeem Dunwell. I'm founder and chief executive here at Young Entrepreneurs. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that helps young people gain profitable business skills in 8 weeks or less. My career journey has not been the typical career pathway. It's been a career journey that has been just that, a journey where I first started an entrepreneurial-based magazine called Fame Magazine while in college, and shortly after that started a nonprofit that took the young people that we were interviewing in that magazine for their businesses and giving them a platform to be seen and bringing them into the community, into schools and different community organizations to talk to young people about how to start their own businesses, and then incorporating that particular process into an organization that we now call Young Entrepreneurs, where we have official programs connecting with young people all over to help them better understand how to start their own small business. I ended up going to college on a band scholarship, which is what paid for me to attend Florida A&M University my freshman year. And shortly thereafter, I recognized that the band was taking up so much time, I barely had time for the actual reason why I went to college, which was to attend school. I decided to get out of the band, and that's when, student loans hit and, real life started to hit in terms of how was I gonna pay for a place to stay. Because while Florida A&M was a great institution, they were kicking freshmen off the campus after their first year to go and, find alternative housing because there wasn't enough housing on campus at the time. That's when I got introduced to the real world. This was 2008, 2009, when the, crisis was happening, economic, and, my parents lost their jobs, so they weren't able to, provide too much money for me to be able to pay for rent or anything additional in school. I had to figure it out. That's when the real world hit, getting, 2 jobs in college and, figuring out, how I was gonna take care of college to the point where I ended up coming back home my junior year just because it started to become a lot. And I started to think about the math of, 20,000 plus 20,000 plus 20,000. And at that time, not having seen a paycheck more than $500 in my life, from working at the mall, or my first job ever was in high school at Sonic. I said, man, there's no way I'll ever pay back this amount of money, It takes some time to figure it out. And I felt like entrepreneurship was gonna be a great way for me to at least make enough money to where if I wanted to continue school, I could effectively afford it. I love connecting with people and recognizing just the core of humanity, and that we all want a good space for ourselves and a better place for everyone around us. And I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing people light up when they learn. I enjoy seeing kids light up when, they have an obstacle that they're, trying to figure out, and some sort of crazy way we help them hurdle that obstacle, and just the joy that comes from seeing them achieve that, for me, is, what's most gratifying, knowing that we're making a difference. We had a young lady the first year that we ever started our program in high school. I never forget one day we walked in and, this bright young lady, always a spark of fresh air in the class, she had her head down and was crying. I asked the teacher, what was going on with her, and come to find out someone had stolen her cell phone. And it wasn't so much about the phone, but her mother had given her a customized case to go with the phone, and she was like, I can replace the phone, but I'll never, how am I supposed to go home and tell my mom that, that she lost that custom case? And she was a part of our entrepreneurship group after school, and we ended up teaching her, how to go online, buy wholesale 100 blank white cases from Amazon. She bedazzled them herself. She was a very creative young lady. So much so she ended up getting a Mattel Hasbro internship in college, but she bedazzled the blank cell phone cases and started selling them out her locker and out the classroom. And we came back a couple weeks later and kids were knocking on the door on their way to lunch and passing by, her classroom to try to buy cell phone cases from her. And the whole thing, her whole storyline changed up. She was able to, afford her prom dress and shoes and a couple other things just from, a tragedy turned into triumph. And we were a part of that. My advice would be to go for it. My advice would be to research whatever it is you want to do, as much research as you can, get really deep into it, go in that rabbit hole and just go as far deep as you can. Find mentors in your local area, find mentors online that you see something in them that inspires you, or that you see something in them that you say, that person understands. So anyone interested in entrepreneurship, go for it. Don't get discouraged. It's a journey. it's a process and a journey. And trust me, the destination isn't what's going to make you most proud. It's going to be that journey and what you learn along the way.